Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Beyond Light, the 30th anniversary edition, Season of the Lost Intel. And today, of course, we got the new dungeon added to the game, as well as two new exotics, but most notably the return of the exotic rocket launcher, the GJALLARHORN from D1. I was one of the people who actually bought GJALLARHORN from Xur like the second week in D1 and didn't even know that it was any good at the time. Yeah, I was that guy. Everybody else struggled to farm it out for the better part of Destiny 1. I simply just bought it on that first week just because I didn't know any better. It wasn't some great move. But, of course, now it's back in the game, so if you want to get it, you have to complete a quest that, like I thought, sort of runs within the new dungeon that was added to the game, which is pretty amazing, I have to say. Really props to Bungie for a really good dungeon. Lots of cool mechanics in it, a lot of new stuff that I hadn't seen, even like not even just variations on old themes, like genuinely new things. So, in today's video, I'm going to share with you my experience in the new dungeon and doing the GJALLARHORN quest, a few things I wish I had known beforehand, and of course a little glitch that you can take with you. So, to start off, you need to go to the old loot cave from D1 in the Cosmodrome. You need to access it through the new menu, which you can find. It looks like a little black hole. You also can use that menu to access Xur's new exotic cave or loot cave. He kind of has his own little place now, which is really cool. Next to it is the new 6-player activity, which you can enter in 2 different difficulties, and then next to that is the new dungeon. So you'll go there, that'll take you to where the old loot cave was, and you have to play through this sort of loot cave mechanic where you have to kill a bunch of enemies, which then drop engrams, which you then pick up, and run and melee a crystal that's sitting in the back of the room, which after a couple of waves will eventually open a hole that you can then drop down into. And then you'll make your way to this section. Now, when you're going for the exotic catalyst for the GJALLARHORN, once you make it to this area, you'll find another yellow bar vandal, which will then drop a node, which will give you access to another piece of the exotic catalyst, a chest in the next section. But before you go through, you might want to check out this little room in the back. I think a lot of people might have missed it on the first run or two, or if you've never done it before, but it'll give you another one of Wilhelm 7, interesting name. Lore tabs, just check it out before you enter the next zone, where you will find that piece of the exotic catalyst, another chest. Make your way up the box steps through the tunnel. And to the immediate right, you'll see a small ledge. There will be a chest available there if you have damaged the vandal. Be to my immediate right. Then you'll be at the first boss encounter. This is another ogre that you'll need to kill, which will go through some of the similar mechanics that you've already done. You'll need to use a vandal weapon to then open doors, which will then give you access to enemies, which drop those same engram nodes that you go and deposit near the crystal by simply meleeing it. That'll give you a damage phase eventually on the ogre, and then you can progress forward. Now the next area, which is the Sparrows flying section, which can give, I think, a lot of people the most trouble. This is very similar to the old Scourge of the Past raid. There are certain buttons that you can hit while you go through this area that will give you more time. You need to stop on the different bombs to basically defuse them, but you don't really have to stop on them. You can just kind of go right through them. One thing that I really wish I had before we actually did this the first time, and luckily enough, my 2 fire team members, big shout out to Ash and Luca and Sinister, for having this, the always on time sparrow. This is one that it has a unique perk, this stealth running, which enemies are less aggressive towards you while you are riding on this sparrow. Another thing about it is that though it says it only goes 160 like all other exotic sparrows, it actually goes much faster than that. I think that's a glitch. I don't know if it was intended or if it's just a secret perk, but it is definitely the sparrow to have for anything like this, any sort of jumping puzzle where you have to ride a sparrow. So if we didn't have 1 or 2 people on them, I really think that would have taken us a lot longer than it actually did. We only failed on it like 3 or 4 times. Once we got these out, we didn't fail on it at all. But without it, it would have been much more difficult. And I think that is one of the areas that people are going to have a lot of trouble with, just because you don't really do that often. And I know plenty of really good players who put them on a sparrow. It's just not something that they practice with. It's not something, they're not race car driver game people, you know? So it can get difficult. The final place for the exotic catalyst is in this area right towards the end. You'll have to have completed the mechanic where you push the ball into the launcher that blows up the bomb and gives you access. But once you're done with that, you can actually go to the middle platform. It's the only one that actually rotates, and rotate it away from where you actually shoot up into the roof. And you'll find another yellow vandal there that you can then kill, that will then access another chest, and the catalyst will, I think, drop right then. So then make your way up into the roof, and you'll get to the final boss encounter. No real big thing here, except that you can of course stand on top of the actual boss dome, and you can still use the scorch cannon to trigger the nodes from up there, because you don't actually have to get them right into the actual socket. You can just kind of hit the nodes with it, and it'll still do enough damage so long as you cook it long enough. So that's one place that you can stay at a damage if you're doing this solo or on a higher difficulty. But that's going to be really it for all the information in today's video. Hopefully you found something in this helpful. Definitely go and pick up this exotic sparrow if you can. If you're looking for a few extra spoils of conquest, if you are a solo player, to buy this, maybe you're close like I am, you can still glitch into the Vault of Glass raid and get yourself another 15. You can still go solo the Kali encounter through the glitch wall for another 9. If you do it on all 3 characters, that is, of course, both of them on all 3 characters. So you can go and get this if you're struggling, or if you're trying to do a solo flawless run. This is definitely going to be something you're going to need if you want to do the dungeon just overall. But it'll help you at least get the exotic for the Gjallarhorn, or get the exotic, the Gjallarhorn, and the catalyst for it. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't, if you want more Destiny 2 content. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter. Turn on the bell notifications. All those things will give you an entry into any future giveaways on this YouTube channel. The next one is at 55,000 subscribers. We're doing a Witch Queen Deluxe Seasonal Pass. Hopefully we get to 55,000 by the time that launches, so nobody actually misses out on any of the new content. And of course, you can leave a hashtag Beyond Light, or a hashtag 30th Anniversary, or a hashtag Gjallarhorn, or hashtag Beyond Light. Did I say that already? Hashtag Season of the Lost in the comments section down below to be entered a second time into that giveaway for this video. Remember, those secret hashtags stack between all videos, so if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content, you can always go back and do that again. And as always, I am Wilhelm Scream, of course. We will see you next time.